Hey, this is James here with Monotalk. Thank you for being on. If you're listening, a lot going on, really crazy out there. Just to remind you, the show is about saving the planet and all of its inhabitants. And if we have the right leaders and people that actually give a crap and care, we might start to see some change that's needed. That is needed. But recently, it's been uh, going to hell in a very large handbasket. And yes, Iran is on the brink or is already positioned and poised for a serious battle. Um, you've got Tulsi Gabbard, of course, who I'm a fan of, who's basically doing whatever she can to let everyone know that this is going to be an endless war. It's going to cost hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands of lives, and it's going to be a picnic, a little family get. It's not going to. It's going to make Iraq and other wars that we've encountered in the past 15, 20 years look tiny because these people aren't fucking around. And when they shot at us the other day, if you understand what their arsenal is and if you understand what they're capable of doing, they know how to pinpoint and target with the technology that they have and the armament that they definitely have access to and can use at any moment. Yeah, so yes, it's fucking crazy and it's wrong. Trump and his ego and a couple of senators that are deep in the pockets of the military industrial complex and a few more that are deep into oil, and all of them basically legislators on the Hill, mostly Republicans. Definitely, there are many Democrats that are all gung ho war. Ask Rachel Maddow; she'll fucking tell you, along with her idiot friend Stephanie Miller, and what's that other girl's name? Randy Rhodes. They just disgust me now. They're just not even they've lost their minds. They're so Billary mafia uh, controlled. It's sad, and you can just see it. It's really sad. So yes, there's a lot of things happening. We still don't have uh, full, comprehensive, universal health care for all with no copay. We still don't have a living minimum wage. We still don't have our infrastructure being fixed and taken care of because we'd rather give $738 billion, or you could just say I think it's $20 million an hour spent on war. And I don't see my daughter getting that because she's a staff sergeant in the Air Force and she's doing a great job and defending our country, which I like to say because she is going to have to, and a lot of people that are in the military are nervous, and I wouldn't blame, and if they are scared, I get it because it's going to be nuts if this continues. But this is a war that Hillary Clinton or the Billary Mafia has wanted for a long time. The Republicans have always wanted war. They've always been deep in the pockets of Boeing and Lockheed and Enron, and the list goes on and on and on. But so have a lot of Dumbo cants, and I say not Democrats; they're Dumbo cants. They're Democrats that are dumb and they can't do shit because they don't want to. Uh, Stormy Daniels, a distraction. Pass some laws passed within that screwed us over pretty bad. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but I'll get to it soon. Um, Russiagate, 2.5 fucking years, almost 3 years, they're still talking about it. And anytime there's an issue or a problem where you're against the war, you're against the narrative of the mainstream media, and I'm talking about CNN, I'm talking about MSNBC, I'm talking about Fox, I'm talking about Al Jazeera, I'm talking about the BBC, and I'm also talking about Democracy Now! And PBS, of course. They're all in it. It's so there's 6 major cable corporations out there that control thousands of stations. And these people get paid by big pharma. They get paid by big insurance. They get paid by the military industrial complex. And these are all murderers. These are all people that create murder and instigate murder. Like I said, in the healthcare industry, they want you to be sick so you can then move to the next level of medication. Like, for example, my dental declined me, and I have, like, I thought the best dental program out there to get a mouth guard, because a lot of people who grind our teeth at night, and it's good to have it so you don't screw up your teeth any further. And they declined the $220 mouth guard, which basically takes them about, I think it's about 3 to 5 minutes, and the actual product itself takes about $1.50 to make, and they mass produce it. Yeah, the Affordable Care Act is bullshit. It's Romney Care. Everybody knows these are things that most people that have ever talked to me know me. It's bullshit. And if you understand what's really happening out there, okay, if you understand what's really happening out there, Lee Camp and Redacted Tonight did a great show recently. Just, I think it was earlier today or yesterday. And it all boils down to basically this. It all boils down to money. It all boils down to money. I don't care what you say. It all boils down to money. Because basically, we, right?
Then we will see if your insanity can be cured. Then we will see if your insanity can be cured. Then we will see if your insanity can be cured.
Yeah, I'm concerned because there's so many people out there, and I talk to them daily. And I mean, I talk to them work, and a lot of them don't understand what's really happening. And it does come down to money. It comes down to big contracts, and it comes down to Citizens United. If you haven't heard of the ruling by the Supreme Court of our nation giving foreign entities or anybody the ability to throw as much money as they can in the direction of any particular campaign for whomever, if you've never heard of that, then I shouldn't be talking to you. If you've never heard of McCutcheon versus the FEC or the Communications Act, if you've never heard of those things, then I'm way past you. I mean, not to say that in like I'm a step ahead or above you or I'm smarter than you. It's just I've been following this information for years. I've had Blog Talk Radio on before YouTube, before I got a YouTube and the OBS system and all this stuff that Eben helped me out with, and a few others, Ryan and a few other guys. Always missing everybody, Cheryl, Garden Gnome, Rob, Eric, who I still see on doing his anime card stuff, which is really cool. And thankfully, I still have a great partner who I love and adore. And she just did a video earlier, and I could tell that when she was starting to talk about it, it is a deep rabbit hole. There's so many complex parts, but it all comes down to the first thing she said. It's money. Redneck Economics spelt it out. Lee Camp is spelling it out. It's fucking money. And it has nothing to do with protecting your country. It has nothing to do with protecting the shores. It has everything to do with our troops, our human troops, daughters, sisters, mothers, okay, brothers, dads, even grandfathers, putting their lives at risk. Oh, for what? For the profit of others, for the profit of the elite, for the profit of the corporate elite. And they don't care. They move us around. They move you. Look, I'm not telling you anything new. I am not telling you anything new. But they've been moving around these pawns, if you know what a chessboard is, okay? And the pawns are these legislators, right? And these legislators um, succumb and they are hoard out to these bazillionaires. And even Tulsi said in one of her town halls, there have been legislators that have come to the Hill, poor, just barely made it. And they finally are making $174,000 a year. And then 8 to 10 years later, all of a sudden, they're millionaires. All of a sudden, they're 100 millionaires like Nancy Pelosi. There's so much corruption in how this money basically has just wrenched the ethics and the morals and the core humane part of people and just turn them into disgusting pigs. And it's sad. And it's sad. And they don't care. They don't care. Because they had a 40-foot yacht. Now they want the 80-foot yacht. That's not big enough. They want the 120-foot yacht. Now, I'm okay with people making money. I'm okay with people living the life of luxury and champagne wishes and caviar dreams. I'm all about that, right? I don't want everybody to be successful and be able to do those things. But in this world that we're living in, the equality of others is gone in a direction far out of this universe. In other words, the level of equality or the ratio of equality has separated dramatically. I don't see your wages going up. That's not happening. I still see people are scraping. They're trying their hardest to just put a loaf of bread on the table. They're trying their hardest to bring milk and cereal to their kids in the morning before they go to school. They're working 1, 2, 3 jobs, whatever they can. I mean, $8.75 an hour, West Virginia, Joe Manchin, you are such a piece of shit. You're the biggest pawn of them all when it comes to this state. It's terrible. You are a sickly, disgusting creature, and you know it. And you know it. You fucking know it. It's like they go cruise around at Epstein's Island. Everything's all good. They do disgusting things and they rape and pillage, right? And they're having cocktails and doing all their drugs. I guarantee you, Nancy Pelosi is fucking on the highest level of drug possible. She's wrecked. Okay, who else? I keep telling us, there should be, I keep saying this, there should be mandatory drug testing for people in public servant positions. Police, fire. Sorry, my life is in your hands. Okay? I want to know if you're over medicating or if you're medicating too much or if you're taking something that's not doing the right things in your brain. Okay, I want to know if you're making legislative decisions and making laws coherently, cognitively. Because I don't see that happening. None of us see it happening. The only person that I'm actually witnessing and watching recently is there's a few Greens out there. And by the way, speaking of Greens, I was supposed to have Chris Richardson on, but he couldn't get his computer. He uses Mozilla. It was confusing. We spent like an hour trying to get this fixed. But just to put a shout out to Chris Richardson, I'm going to get him on tomorrow night, I hope. He's a good kid. He's running for the 7th District of California for the Green Party. And that's great. And that's great. And a lot of Greens have some great views. But a lot of Greens are buying the fucking snake oil. They're buying the container of air that the mainstream media, like Howie Hawkins, from what I'm hearing, believes that Trump and the impeachment trial is not a farce. It's not a distraction. And the Russiagate was real. That's insanity. That's insanity. Look, the guy's a piece of shit. I know it. He used to have a fucking reality show about firing people. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember that Donald Trump had a show about firing people? And you fuckers who thought, oh, he's not going to start wars, he's going to end wars, he's going to help you, he's going to do the right things, he's going to drain the swamp. He didn't do shit. I've seen so many Republicans just say, God, that guy's a fucking psychopath. And if you can't see it, then you're probably psycho too. Maybe there's something wrong with you. If that's the case, then get some help. Get some help. So at Montauk, we usually have people that come on. And our goal here is to definitely make sure that people, honestly, are having some time to vent and talk about the things that they'd like to say. Happy talky. No, where they can come and discuss the things that are bothering them. But I know it's bothering them. I've known it for a long time. We all know it. If you're in this circle of people that I'm with, not with or associate with, definitely, right? Definitely. And they'll tell you for sure. They're very concerned about the future of our nation. The U.S. consumes the most food, the most plastics, the most animals. We pollute the most carbon, the most plastics, the most animals. We are just filthy fucking pigs. Yeah, we are. Right? You've got to have a brand new car every 2 years. You've got to have that. Right? You can't just stay in the same fucking car for 6 to 10 years. Heaven forbid. Right? You've got to have the best shoes and the newest shoes all the time. You've got to have Apple. You've got to have an iPhone and Grievous, or what the hell was his name? He was in the Golden Globes. He said, "Great, yeah, I don't fucking care. You people at Apple, they still have many pieces and parts, and this is around the world. There's fucking slave labor around the world. It's so. Let's go back when the pyramids were built, or when a lot of pyramids were built. Okay, and I want you guys to watch Bright Insight sometime. This guy, he's a ex-Marine. I think he's in the reserve now still. But he does a wonderful show, and he talks about a lot of new discoveries when it comes to the Middle East, where he actually had tours in and spent time in during some of these stupid fucking wars, these regime change wars. But when you look back at slave labor and how long it's been around, has it really changed that much? Are the rich still completely and totally rich? I mean, I'm not talking about, hey, I've got a big mansion up on the hill. I'm talking about the person that could buy a state. And there's just a handful of them. And you know the statistic. There are people out there and there's just a handful that own more than half the wealth of the entire planet. There's a couple that I think are somewhat sane, right? But still,
Then we will see if your insanity can be cured.
there are some that are insane. They're so out of touch. They don't care. They do not care. So when it comes to the war, and I'm going to say war because it's going to turn into a war, because our we have people that are in powerful positions that are making terrible decisions based on weapons contracts. Okay. We have people that are making terrible decisions, right? Terrible decisions based on money. Okay. Um, a lot of people in the world in general make decisions based on money. And that's the truth. And that's the fact of the matter is you'll have professional athletes that because one football team, baseball team, basketball team, soccer team, whatever, is paying 10% more or 20% more, and the deal, the contracts, definitely, is filled with more. That athlete's probably going to go there because of money. Now, when I hear people say that money is the root of all evil, I don't believe that. I do not believe that. I do not believe that money is the root of all evil. That's not going to happen. What I believe is that money is a tool. Okay? And either you could have a pneumatic wrench or you could have a little pair of pliers. And what I'm trying to say is you could have a lot of money or you can have a little bit of money. And it's a tool. And it's something that we've been using instead of shells, instead of coins, instead of certain objects to give things value, right? We've been using it to make deals, barter, and get people to do things for us, and give things to us, goods and services, of course. But it's got out of control. It's just fucking got out of control, man. Uh, and there are some people, like I'm saying, in powerful positions that are definitely doing some things that are just terrible. And I brought this up in past shows where I want to talk to them. I want to say, so for you to destroy a nation or to kill a community or destroy buildings or hospitals or whatever that makes you feel like it's important for you, how is that helping? Well, for them, it's money, the investments. For them, it's money, and what I'm saying is there are people out there that just do it basically because they just do it basically because uh, it's a win for them because they feel as though they're gaining. It's like an addictive uh, gambling addiction, and they just keep doing it, and they want more, and they want more, and more, and more, and until they die, and then they've got enough. And it doesn't happen until they're actually dead. And I could give you names of a lot of people, like the Rothschilds. Now it's the Clintons. I mean, just name them. Soon the Obamas will be right there in that place. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the Federal Reserve could just fucking print money, whenever they want. Just we just have to ask. I think the government just says, hey, I'll print out some more money for these banks. They need some more money, right? And boom, there it is. There's more money. So if you think it's not that simple, then you're not understanding basically what's happening, because it is that simple. It is about greed, and it's not about you. And the thing is you're up against a giant monster, and the media is the giant monster, and they're paid millions of dollars to sway people to buy products, of course, which they've always done it, and then also to lean towards a political party or a candidate or a product, and that's basically what they are. They're to make you lean towards a product or a narrative, to get you to vote in a certain direction, etc. I mean, when you look at this, and this is what happened right after. Uh, this is what happened right after Soleimani's assassination was carried out by the United States of America. Right there. Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman. Boom. There's not just three companies, by the way. There's not just three companies. There's dozens of companies that people can, and there's companies with penny stocks. There's companies out there that are small. Maybe they make a few bolts or they make a small piece, like door handles or something for the tanks. Who fucking knows? But their stocks went up too, for sure. That's a quick buck, no doubt. You know, buy low, sell high. And that's the sad part about all this, is the biggest motivator that we have right now is money. I mean, you could bring up the other topics, definitely that Lee Camp brought up, was the contractors. He also brought up the Iran, of course, dropped the dollar, which for sure the United States fucking hated, because other countries did it and we went after them. Iraq dropped the dollar, we went after them, right? Or was going to, and I think Libya and Syria, etc. Because it hurts somebody's pocket. Do you understand? Somebody got mad. What was that movie with Mel Gibson where he kept going, I want my money? Somebody took like $40,000 with him, like get shady or God damn it. It was a cool movie. Yeah, it was a Mel Gibson movie. It was a pretty cool movie. Get Shorty. That's what it was. I think it was Get Shorty. And he kept going through this maze of people just saying, I just want my 40,000 fucking dollars. Or 50 or whatever, 60, 70,000. I don't know, whatever thousands of dollars. And he said in the movie, if you go and you scrape and you crawl and you go high enough, the decision always comes down to one person. One person. Okay? Just like the Billary Mafia, Hillary, and maybe Bill, are telling the mainstream media to call everybody that oppose what they want Russian assets, puppets of Russia. They always bring up Russia. That's their go-to finger pointing direction, right? But like in the movie, there's always one person, and there is. There are a handful of them. There's a handful of these fuckers throughout the country and the planet that own more than half the wealth of almost 8 billion people. There are 327 million people in the United States. So more than half of those people, I think it's like 58% or close to 60%, the wealth is held by just a handful of like 12 people or something. 18 people. Who you know what I'm saying? And these fucking people pull the strings. Adelson, the Koch brothers, they fucking make people do shit, man. Gates, Bezos. Oh, hang on, man. God damn it. I'm doing. Hang on. So anyway, that's Chris Richardson. So I just want to tell you guys what's going on. All right. I need to let you know basically that what we did was had nothing to do with saving your life or protecting your life. It didn't. It had to do with a lot with destroying your life to profit somebody else. That one person. That one person. Okay? Because in this capitalistic society that we now live in, the needs of the one or the few are more important than the needs of the many. That's it right there. The needs of the one, because this is the way the one thinks, which is a few, they're more important in their minds because they sit up there like they're in Mount Olympus. They actually sit up there like they're in fucking Mount Olympus. Like, look at all these tiny little ants down here. And they do this constantly. They wipe their ass with fucking $100 bills without blinking an eye. And they're out there pulling the strings of your legislators, your judiciaries, your executives, your prime ministers, your parliament, your everything. Because those same supposed public servants allowed this to happen. They created laws that gave the 1% or the corporate elite the power they have, like Citizens United. Look it up. McCutcheon versus the FEC. Look it up. Okay? The Communications Act. Look it up. There's a lot of things, basically, that most of you have no idea why all this happens. Because the thing that you thought about is because he's just a terrorist and he kills people, so we're going to kill him. No, there's much more to it. Actually, no, there's not much more to it. Because it's money. Somebody just wants to get fucking rich. Sorry, could have almost messed that one up. But that's basically the gist of it. And if you think it's anything else, and if you believe it's anything else, then that's fine. They'll make up little reasons. The mainstream media will say, this guy's mad at that guy. These people did this to that. This happened back then, this and that. But if you read the book from Smiley Butler, who is a general, lieutenant, admiral, colonel, or whatever, let me type him in real fast. War is a racket, right? And I've typed this in many times, right? And if you look at this gentleman, right? His thing is this, right? And I bring this up all the time in a lot of my shows because he's the one who noticed it first. A lot of people probably noticed it, but he definitely is the one that definitely saw that it's a new era of greed at the expense of lives at war, dying, expendable soldiers left and right. It is possible the oldest, easily the most profitable, surely the most vicious. It is the only international. It is the only one international in scope. It is the only one in which the profits are reckoned in dollars and losses in lives. A racket is the best described, I believe, as something that is not what it seems to be. To the majority of people, only a small inside group knows what it is really about. It is conducted for the benefit of the very few at the expense of the very many. Out of war, a few people make huge fortunes. Major General Smedley D. Butler. What is that, 1925? Is that what that says? Yeah, 1935. Oh, I should have opened that up the first time. Jesus Christ, that hurt my eyes. Okay. So let me reread that. All right, to you guys. I want you guys to look at that. Oh shit, I clicked it. Crap. Now it's small again. All right. War is a racket. It is possibly the oldest, easiest, the most profitable, surely the most vicious. It is the only one international scope. It is the only one in which profits are reckoned in dollars and the losses in lives. A racket is best described, I believe, as something that is not what it seems to be to the majority of people. Only a small inside group knows what it's really about. It is conducted for the benefit of the few at the expense of the very many. Out of war, a few people make huge fortunes. He also went on to say, our boys were sent off to die with beautiful ideas painted in front of them. No one told them that dollars and cents were the real reason they were marching off to kill and die. Smiley Butler. Right? He had the Major General Smiley Butler, two-time winner of the Congressional Medal of Honor. He was a Marine. You know how the Marines are now, right? Hoo-yah! Right? Kill, crush, destroy. This was one of the most decorated war heroes of the world, still to this day. And the biggest hero of all, to out, to expose, to tell everybody what the fucking real reason is this shit happens. Whether it's oil or the dollar's not being used or it's somebody pissed off or somebody's fucking tiny hands fucking ego got bent or butt hurt. It's all about money in the end. At the behest or the sacrifice of your family member or you or the people you love and care about. This is the sad part about it. I wish Tulsi would talk about two things. Smiley Butler and the Green Party. I wish she would. Because she knows just as well as I, and I hope she realizes this, that it's going to be fucking harder than shit. Fucking harder than shit for her to turn the Democratic, diseased-laden, drugged-out, disgusting Dumbo cants and that party into something that's transparent, she's saying. That'll work with the people and not lie to the people. Not distract the people with fucking Stormy Daniels and Russiagate and this fucking disgusting, stupid, farcical hearing. Oh, by the way, isn't assassinating or starting a war with another fucking country an impeachable offense? Could you have asked for fucking a better piece of pie, a better plate for Trump to be served on? Yet no. We're not going to go after Trump because he just violated the war powers, criminal acts, and without Congress, right? Without their approval, just started a fucking war. But they're not going to go after him for that. No. Because quite honestly, it's all a distraction. It's all a distraction because legislators and judiciaries and executives mostly at the federal level, some at the state, some at the county, or state, city level, whatever, mostly at the federal level, are fucking corrupt. Extremely corrupt. Now, I watch Jimmy Dore. I watch Lee Camp. I watch secular talk, for sure. I watch a lot of other people. I still watch Tim sometimes, Tim Black. I watch, what the hell is that guy's name? And a few others out there. Lamar, for sure. And a few others that I think have some pretty good information, right? Out there. Hardlands Media is doing a great job. They're actually got a group out there that's doing a phenomenal job bringing out some pretty good information. It's hard to stay on track with so much going on, guys. It's hard to stay on track. But let's get to the point. Let's always remember and remind people that there's a group of people out there controlling your supposed leaders. You have to remember to remind people that. And I'm about to sneeze, so hang on. Oh, yeah, that felt good. Ready? Smiley Butler, decorated war hero, telling it you like it is. So for decades now, these people have been controlling you. They've been telling the media what to say, what to do, the talking points, the issues, how to bring it about. And they've got marketing gurus, very high paid, trained groups of people that can fucking get in your head. They could pry it open as big as a hangar bay door in an aircraft carrier. And I'm telling you, I know that's a big fucking door. And they pour a bunch of crap in there, and they get you mad at each other. Divide and conquer. And they've been doing it for a long time. Look, I'm in the state of West Virginia. There are some fucking wonderfully nice people out here. Some really decent people out here. I've never seen anything crazy or heard anything nuts. I think people generally are pretty nice to each other. We're just all trying to survive. You're damn right we could use full coverage, full health care, Medicare for all, M for all. You're damn right we could use a higher wage. You're damn right we could use better infrastructure. You're damn right we could use free college, at least at the community college level. You're damn right we could just do without this college debt. You're damn right from pre-K on up to college we could use the assistance. The biggest thing, we need to get off these fossil fuels. But these people are in the fossil fuels. There's people because here's the biggest catch. Here's the biggest catch, right? And this is very important for you to understand. Very important for you to understand. If it costs money to make it, somebody's making money. I'm going to say it again. If it costs money to produce or make, somebody's making money. Usually, it's a bank. A bank has to lend money to a company to create a product. Okay? They have to lend money to companies to drill, to create fracking. And if you don't know what fracking is, study up and then come and talk to me. If it's free and easy to create energy, to create light, power, to keep your computers on, to keep your cable working, to keep your games, your Xbox working, and your monitor and microphones and stuff like that. If it's free, it's harder to make money from that. It is. And green technology, hemp is included in that, by the way. Definitely hemp, because hemp has so many benefits, not just medicinally, okay, but it produces tons of oxygen. You can use it to make plates. You can use it to make car parts. It's very malleable in so many different directions. It's a brilliant plant. It's fucking amazing. I just think it stinks. I I do not like the smell of pot, man. I used to, when I was younger, I love the smell of pot, but now I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't. But the sun is free. You can't make money off of that. The wind is free. Can't make money off of that. Currents are free. Gravity is free. Tesla, there's something that people have been trying to mimic, and I think Tesla did, was his power grid that the earth already has. And if you can't fucking tell, just go watch a lightning storm, that there's already energy in the air. You just need to know how to cultivate it. And it's free. But if you can get something that people need and sell it to make them believe that they need that more than they need free solar, free air, free wind current, free lightning or thermal energy or whatever, then you are going to have a yacht. You're going to have a lot of things with your money, right? You're going to have everything you fucking need. But like I've told, and I'm going to say this, and I've got to say this. I have mentioned this on many of my shows, that after you have all your money and you have all your yachts and you want to go to a place in the Bahamas, or you want to go sit and put your feet in the sand on the island of Kauai, and next thing you know, there's a sign that says you can't get in because there's radiant water in there, because Fukushima is spilling hundreds of thousands of gallons and barrels of disgusting, destroying water, and that's coming from all over the planet. We're polluting and destroying this planet at a catastrophic rate, and they don't care. Some of them, you know, the four horsemen, Armageddon. It's okay. I'm gonna go heaven. Fuck everybody else. That's not the way it works. You think that's what Jesus wanted? You think that's what God really wants? If you're religious, He wants you to just screw over. I mean, is that really? You get everything and screw everybody else that comes out. What about your daughter? What about your son? And theirs and thereafter? What kind of place are you going to leave for them? Hell, like some have left for us? Or are you going to give them a chance to bathe and swim and play and dig and discover in the same places I used to when I was a kid? Because what's going to happen, Mr. fucking super rich, crazy sociopath, narcissistic nutbag, is one of these days your kid's going to go to that beach that you used to go to, and they can't get in the water because it's contaminated. That lake, they can't go in that same swimming hole because it's contaminated. Seriously contaminated. The Kanawha River that runs through here, it's a beautiful river. It's just gorgeous. It flows, powerful. I swear to God, if that river was clean, this would be the greatest retirement state on the planet. It is beautiful. It's gorgeous. This whole area is just wonderful. People are really nice too. They deserve better. We deserve better. Fuck off, rich, crazy person. Okay? I really think your time is coming, man. It's really bad. Our legislators need to start listening to us. Their time is coming too. We've got to vote out these people that are voting for war. We've got to vote out these people that are voting for fracking, that support oil, that support coal, that support big pharma, big insurance. You got to get rid of these fucking people. They don't give a shit. All they care about money and investments. I mean, there are actual legislators that'll write laws, tell their friends, family, neighbors, or whoever to go invest in a company where that law will definitely affect them in a very, very good way, and somebody makes a little money. It's worse than inside trading. It's like dictating the trading. It's there was an actual legislator that went to jail for that, and they still do it to this day. They shouldn't be able to invest. Tulsi Gabbard has brought that up. By the way, Tulsi, good job. Great job. Good job to all those out there. Hopefully, Chad Wilson is still running for president. I want you guys to all look into a guy named Rodolfo Cortez Barragan. I think he's got one of the best chances if he stays the course, stays realistic, sticks to his guns, does what's necessary. And last but not least, I'm going to say this because this is really driving me crazy. Jimmy Dore, Graham, Ron, Steph, Lee, Jesse V. Get off of RT. Start your own fucking American show. Start your own show. Look into, there's one that's building, Independence Media Network. Independence Media Network. Chad's working on it. William Pound's doing a good job with it. Build that. Right? It's completely unbiased. It's just the thing. Russian television. There's a stigma. Get off of it. Oh my God, I don't know how to say this. But anyway, that's something most of you probably don't understand. All right, so here it is in a nutshell. You're going to be voting soon. You need to start supporting people that actually give a shit. Tulsi Gabbard gives a shit. I sense it. I feel it. I know it. I know when somebody fucking is I guess it's because I have like I don't know, it's like a sixth sense. Or maybe it's because I have like a kahuna kind of powers, maybe. I'm not sure what it is. I am Polynesian. But I can tell genuinely when somebody really cares. And I can see it in her. I can see that Tulsi actually gives a shit. There's a few things that she needs to be careful with, but she's very tactful and not, just blurting out shit like fucking. She's the opposite of the way Trump would speak. She's very well put together. I could totally see her just fucking destroying this talk show host. Okay, I don't know if Bernie will make it. I'm really concerned about Bernie, and I don't know if Bernie's spine has actually grown back since July of 2016. I've just got this weird feeling like it hasn't. I've got a weird feeling like there's something there that's still kind of messing him up. That I don't know. It's like a Pied Piper thing. I can't put my finger on it. I've just seen signs of it though. But Bernie is great. If Bernie wins the primary, I'm all about Bernie. I'm sorry, I'm all about Bernie. If Tulsi can be on his team in some way, shape, or form, then I'm fucking really with Bernie. Okay? I'd like to see her become Secretary of State, if anything. And Bernie beats the shit out of Trump. Or she's the vice president. I'd like to see her beat the fuck out of Trump, period. I think she can do it. I just don't like the Mowgli guy that she used to converse with, or hates the. I don't think she's in the same place. She's just being polite with him. I think that's what that is. But anyway, again, everybody that I watch, all you guys, Secular Talk, start your own show. Get together. Get off RT. Okay, let them find other people. You start your own product, your own American product, Jimmy Dore. Do it. You've got to. I'll help you. Whatever you call me, I'll help you find people. And yes, you do want to use green technology companies that make solar panels in the United States. You want people that will invest and donate. Anyway, let's get that conversation going soon. But for now, let's cross our fingers that the Dumbo cants can keep this fucking idiot at bay. And I'm talking about the idiot of Donald Trump. It's a fucking god. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much. Again, this is Monotalk. What I do on Monotalk, and my core goal is to save the planet and all of its inhabitants so everybody in the future could have a wonderful, wonderful life. Because Hawaii's fun, man. I miss that place, but I just wish everybody was able to go there and do that and be a part of that, or come out here and be part of this beautiful state. Anyway, take care of y'all. See you soon. We're going to talk some more. Tomorrow night, I'm going to have, I think I got his, where is it? Richardson, where did I put his, right? No, not right there. Not right there. Is it right? I just had his stinking, his picture, but it'll be on tonight. Chris Richardson, I'm going to do an interview. It's going to be a 20-minuter. It's going to be quick and efficient. Know more about him, help him get elected. Hopefully I'll have Rodolfo on here and a few other people. But listen, just be good to each other, okay? Be fair, be honest, be cool. Aloha, all right? Mahalo nui aloha. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, let's listen to the song.